This video will be my initial introduction to MGTOW, how I see it, how I've interacted with it, how I practice it. Um, so there are three angles that I've seen to the so-called manosphere, and that is pickup artist community, the MRI men's rights activist community, also known as the men's rights movement, and MGTOW. There may be others, but these are the large three that most people are going to hear about. Now, with MGTOW, they're, I would say, the most welcoming. Largely because, let's say, the pickup artist community is for competition, and it still heavily is involved with female interaction. That's not for everybody, so that's not going to have a majority of men as compared to, say, the men's rights movements and the MGTOW. Now, with men's rights movement, they're a little more PC. They're actually out there trying to right the ship, as it were. They're still trying to help mend the society. They're fighting in litigation and in courts, and they're helping males in court. They're trying to push back these and expose these archaic rulings and these archaic models that of law that always put men as the perpetrator and women as the victim. And because of that, they really do need to remain politically correct, even if the MRAs play 100% by the rules and have no dust on their jacket. They still get torn down horribly by feminist groups and feminist litigators and protests and activists, because, as we all know, these activist women are very, very afraid of any male space that promotes male discussion of male issues. So, if you're looking for somewhere to start, MGTOW's a good place because if you're angry, if you voice that you want to hurt or lash back or lash out at women, if you're calling them names or whatnot, most often on these discussions in the MRA boards, you're gonna get clipped. You're gonna get taken out or kicked out. You can't just walk in and say, I hate women. They don't want that as part of their discussion. They have to try to keep it clean because they are, again, trying to salvage what they can from this society. With MGTOW, it's different. Most of the places I've seen, whether it's, say, on Reddit or other forum boards or the MGTOW website itself, you can be almost as angry as you want. I mean, if you're going to go out there and talk about killing all women, then you're probably going to get kicked out. Short of that, if you're talking about being angry at all women, or if you're going to be insulting all the women that have ever done you wrong, they won't kick you out of that for MGTOW. They'll talk you down. A lot of them might agree with you. They'll say, screw her, she's a horrible person. But many of them will tell you that anger is not the answer, and they'll try to talk you down. You can stay in MGTOW and be angry, or you can help. You can get help processing your anger and turn to more productive means. At the heart of MGTOW, men going their own way, is really a brotherhood, and this is the only stable, I guess, bond amongst the rest of it all, because MGTOW is such a splintered group, is that you come there and the people there are trying to offer you an informed decision on how to live life on your terms. They may have an opinion that you should have a family, shouldn't have a family, etc., etc., but the heart of the movement is basically, you're a man, live life on your terms. So you have people who are married that participate in MGTOW. You have people that are part of the pickup artist community that participate in MGTOW. You have your loners, you have your monks. And really, if you decide to go ahead and get married to a woman and let her have children with another man, and you're raising those children and paying for all of them, and you chose that and you wanted that, and that's what makes you happy, then technically you're still going your own way. You're just living a horrible life, by my opinion. But it's instilling that self destiny. that control of your own life. And as I said, many people, when they first get red pilled, however you want to talk it, they're angry. And if they go to these other places and they can't get help, then they're going to hurt themselves or they're going to hurt someone else in their life. Now with MGTOW, it's nice because you can rant for 3 or 4 days and have someone to talk to, or a group of people to talk to that aren't going to ostracize you for being angry at women. Now this also is because MGTOW there's a lot of incentive in MGTOW to basically cut ties with society, get off the grid, not pay your taxes into a system that benefits women who are destroying men's lives. There are lots of facts to back it up, and these will be quoted from any part of the manosphere, any part of the anti-feminist movement, where a man's going to pay in so much more taxes in his life than he takes out of benefits, and a woman is going to take so many more benefits out of the tax system than she pays in. So when they're talking about clipping away from society, then that's what they're talking about, is not supporting these systems that have gone so wrong. A little bit more conscientious participation, deciding where your money goes. Of course, with the income tax, they take it out every week, and if they had you pay a large bill at the end of the year, there'd have been a lot more uproar. But you never get to see that money; it goes into the system before you get to handle it. And that's why a lot of people are just okay with it. MGTOW kind of wants it all to burn. But you do get your own choice. Again, it's your own way, and if your own way differs from somebody else, you're still going your own way. You can't. It's what you want, not conforming or not being a nonconformist. It's what you want. So as I said, you can be married and still be part of the movement if that's what you choose. They just want you to not be taken advantage of, not be abused, or at least you're going into it with your eyes open. Now beyond that, for the MGTOW movement, I would say there's not too many meetups. They don't have as much discussion as the pickup artist community in person. There aren't events. There might be single meetups. It's not all too often that one member of MGTOW is going to want to meet with another member of MGTOW. I've got a couple of invites. I haven't acted on them largely because they're a distance across the state. I could drive, but I don't know. I guess I'm lazy. However, when you're talking about the men's rights movement and MRAs, they do have a large amount of gatherings in person. They have a large amount of events. They might not be near you, but they are, of the three groups, they are the most active in the real world. Again, they're trying to right the problems that have occurred in society. You're the most likely to go out and meet somebody in the movement, in the men's rights movement, because they have more gatherings. They're more about in person. They're more about changing your life. They're more about interacting. And you are the least likely to have something like that happen within MGTOW, because we're all satellites. We're all on our own, basically linked solely by communication. We're looking for advice, not handouts, I guess. I'm not going to call the men's rights movement a handout, but there's a lot. I mean, there are those people that need a pat on the back, and there's those people that just need a talking to, and then they need their space. And more of those people end up in MGTOW. As far as intention, there's not really a lot of destructive intention in the MGTOW movement. It's just, again, it's a good place to blow off steam. And if you want to take care of yourself and get your life in order, MGTOW is a good starting point if you're a guy. If you want to help the society around you, if you really want to help other guys, if you want to commit resources, that's more of an MRA thing. A lot of time and resources to actually change things in your society. But again, just to help yourself or to get help for yourself and to talk to others on an individual basis with no real commitment, MGTOW is the way to go.